What's going on, folks? My name is Gerard. I'm an exotic plant collector, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience that I had with an online plant seller and a transaction that I made back in April, and I never got my plants. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to throw shade at the seller. It's now August 2016. I'm sorry, August 2020, 8/16. It's the 16th day of the month. Um, I recently started the transaction back in April, right before COVID started. So COVID started. I know the seller took a little bit of time after you made a transaction. This particular seller, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say the name of the company. But I know they take a little bit of time shipping their plants because I've done business with them before. Um, but once again, COVID started. And I'm a plant person. I know how things are, and I was worried, so I decided, like, I wasn't telling anybody. I got my stimulus check. Um, I decided to invest it to make a profit off of the plants that I was getting. Maybe I could sell a cutting here and there, because that's what I do. I mean, I'm a father. I need to make money. Let's just, like, you probably, I don't know if you do too, but it's a hustle that I do, um, and it's easy. So, like I said, I made a transaction back in April, and months progressed, and I was in contact with the seller every month, and they were telling me that they're backed up, they're backed up, they're backed up. So I was being patient. I said, let me just wait. I'll take my time. I'll just be in contact with them, just so everything was, going. Just I knew everything was turned upside down because of COVID. COVID was destroying the ports. I guess nobody was shipping anything. Nobody was, especially out of Asia. So I knew that what situation was going on. So I was trying to be very patient. Then July came around. And I think I was at a point where I know all my kids were having birthday parties, and I usually save up, but I was still conflicted with this transaction, and like I said, I kept contacting the sellers to see where the plants were, the status of it, and then I was checking online and on my Instagram, seeing people from Facebook and seeing people from Instagram. I saw people still receiving plants from Thailand, Asia, Indonesia. Some were bad, some were lost, some were just dead because just the process was taking too long. But um, those are the things that I was considering. That's why I was trying to be patient. But I didn't anticipate COVID. I didn't anticipate waiting. And like I said, that money from the stimulus thing, because, COVID, and, what the government did to kind of put a band-aid on things. I tried to invest it just so I can, help my situation out, help my family situation out, help my hobby out. Because they're kind of all tied together. But long story short, the end of June came along, July came, and then I felt like I was real uneasy, so I contacted the seller. And once again, I'm not going to point out the name, because if someone I have done business before, I've done business with a couple Thailand, Indonesian plant sellers, because they got all the hot plants right now, and just told them, like, listen, man, it's time for me to get my money back. I don't want the plants. I mean, it's been um, it's been way too long. I know COVID's going on. I totally understand you're backed up, but at this point, I can't wait any longer for the plants. So and then that time frame's gone because of the months that have passed. Like I said, I initiated the whole sequence in April, and then July, the beginning of July came around, and like right now it's August, so I was like, I couldn't wait any longer, so I sent him an email. I said, listen, I need my money back. I understand you're going through some problems. I'm going through some problems. We both are going through some problems, which I really hope you understand, because I've been very understandable for the past couple months. So if you could just send me the money back. So I had some pushback with that. And I said, what's going on? You know what situation is. I'm trying to be reasonable. You really didn't hurt anything. You've been backed up. You didn't lose anything. All you have to do is just retransfer my money back. Um, so we were going back and forth with emails. I'm not going to go on for. There wasn't like heated emails, but there were emails that I didn't like. But I'm not going to go into detail with them. So I had one email. Well, the last email that I didn't like, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to contact PayPal, and PayPal is what I want to. I really want you guys to focus on where I made my mistake at, and basically I did contact PayPal, and things are hectic. I was still working, and I go to houses. I was worried about COVID. I've been everybody's been uneasy about COVID, and especially when you're working, that's like I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know how people feel staying at home, but when they're actually going out in the mix and you have to go, it's kind of like you're putting your life at risk, because you just don't know. You just don't know if you're able to combat COVID, and or you're able to come. I didn't want to have any downtime with COVID, so I've been on like stress mode. I've been trying to really, really just adapt to the situation and trying to get a positive look about things. But like I said, my money was getting low. My investment money was getting low, and time was running out. So I asked my money back, and like I said, I contacted PayPal. I disputed the transaction. I literally just told them. I told them. I think it wasn't too hard to get to or navigate to the dispute form. If you guys want me to do a tutorial on how to make a dispute from PayPal, I definitely will, but I'm just going to just verbally tell you guys what happened. But I made a dispute. I told them that, back in April, I made a purchase for a few plants. The total was above $400. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but it's $400, and $400 is very valuable to me. So I couldn't let it go. So, like I said, I disputed the form. What I got back from PayPal was a email saying something to the effect of, "Did you contact the seller and ask for your money back?" And then I read. I didn't read it thoroughly. That was like my first mistake. I didn't read it thoroughly, but it said your case will be closed in, I think, a week's time after, or 2 weeks time, or 3 weeks time after I initiated the dispute. So me thinking that the case will be closed, I'm thinking that the case will be closed because I clearly said to PayPal, I made the transaction in April. I didn't get a tracking number, which I usually get. I check my emails thoroughly, like every day, especially after that. In April, I was checking every day just to see if I got a shipping or a tracking number from the seller, but I never got that. So I wrote on the dispute, I paid in April. No tracking number has been sent to me. The seller can't show you any proof of that. So I just need my money back that I paid. That $400 that I paid back in April, because I never got it. It's way too long. The time's now, July, and I just need to cancel the transaction. Like I said, they sent me an email back saying something about the case is going to be closed. I think in 2 weeks if, the matter wasn't resolved. So I'm thinking case closed, I'm going to get my money back because I'm paying PayPal for a service. We always pay that fee, I guess, to use the service. So I guess that's the service. They're protecting the buyer and the seller somehow, some way, because they're the middleman. So I'm thinking everything's good. So that time frame for when the dispute was supposed to be closed that I was notified about happened, and I actually let it wait about a week, which was my second mistake, because I'm thinking, okay, they said something about the case being closed. I didn't get the money back, so I'm thinking in my head, since I made a dispute and I told them like word for word, I made a purchase in April. The plant was never shipped to me. The plants, plural, was never shipped to me. There's no tracking number that they could offer you to dispute. So you just need to follow the dispute and just on the behalf of the buyer, just transfer the money back to my account. So I'm thinking everything is fine and dandy. Lo and behold, I circle back because I'm like, what's going on with this $400? It's not in my bank account yet. So I circled back. I contacted PayPal. They said, I actually talked to somebody on the phone. They were saying COVID, their lines, everybody's on the phone, so the wait time is going to be longer. So I actually talked to a person that was very nice. I basically told her I made a dispute and nothing happened. She saw my case and she immediately transferred me to another person that, I know she was doing her job, but we really didn't have a good rapport because she basically said, Mr. Gerard, I guess, did you read the email that we sent to you because we told you that the case was going to be closed? And I said, well, yeah, it's closed, but I didn't get my money back. She says, well, you didn't escalate it. And I said, what? You got to escalate the dispute? And she says, yeah, it was pretty much emailed to you right after you made the dispute. And I said, yeah, I read it, but I kind of just glanced over it, and I just thought, since I'm using PayPal as a service, and if I dispute and I clearly just outline the whole situation that I never got my product that I paid for, that you could just step in and just send me the money back. And she, pretty much professionally told me that, I just needed to pretty much escalate my dispute. So I guess dispute is like the phase one, and then I'm just getting upset. I'm getting hot because I feel that I don't have to just keep making disputes, like dispute one, dispute two. I got, my time is valuable, even though my 400, I really wanted it back, and I was like, maybe I could just send that dispute and everything will be good. But no, I had to escalate it. And then I read a little bit deeper, and she says, yeah, after that, after they tell you your dispute is closed, PayPal can no longer make a decision on the behalf of the buyer or the seller. I guess they weigh judgment to see, if they did this or they did that. They make a decision after you escalate it. So I'm like, I needed to escalate a dispute? It doesn't make sense. And she's like, yeah, you had to. We sent you the email. If you would have read the email, you would have got it. And I said, yeah, but I was just, like I said, I glanced over it. That was my second mistake. I didn't read my email thoroughly. So, I'm just assuming that, if you make a dispute, they'll be in contact with you to say, okay, Gerard, I'm thinking just, okay, we made a decision since, where are we at right now? If they would have contacted me and said, where are we at right now? I said, I still don't have my money. I still don't have the product. Just send the money over. But that doesn't happen. It was up to me to dispute it because PayPal already said that just to contact the seller to get your money back, which I already did. I already sent them an email saying, let me just get my money back. And then I was getting some pushback, and that's why I called you guys. But like I said, that was my mistake. I didn't read the email. So if you decide to dispute a transaction, just know you would need to escalate it. Now, I also was like, I was livid. I was pretty much really upset because I said, PayPal, I've been paying you guys. I've been in business with you guys for a long time. Is this how you're going to really do it? So she said, well, it's out of our hands. Then I tried to talk to somebody else. I tried to talk to a manager, and I was on hold for about 4 hours, and then I just hung up. And then I decided to go to Facebook and go to PayPal's website, and I let them know like what happened. And I said, I literally said on their website, I said, I don't have time to dispute. I mean, I had time to dispute the first time, but like what else? You shouldn't have to make your buyers that use your service jump through hoops to get their money back. After, you've got your money, the sellers got their money, but the buyer's just hanging in limbo and they have to jump through hoops to get their money. But either way, everybody's, like I said, I made the mistake. I didn't read the email thoroughly. So I was just assuming that PayPal was a little bit more easier. I guess we can all come to that conclusion. But like I said, I'm just warning you, if you have a problem with a transaction that you make anywhere through PayPal and you don't get your product that you paid for, and you're totally in the right, you need to dispute the transaction. So you need to, if you don't get in contact with the seller, which you probably already did, like I did, I contacted the seller. The seller wasn't trying to give me the money back, so I said, let me just go to PayPal, because I know PayPal is a great business. They're just going to, after I just tell them what's going on, they're going to understand my story and just send my money back. But no, it's not like that. You got to go through hoops. You got to escalate things. You got to spend more time to get your money back and work through their processes. So once again, if you have a problem with PayPal or you need to dispute anything, you need to first dispute it. Second, escalate it. I mean, I guess I should have escalated it after I made the dispute. Now that I'm thinking about it, like if I already made the dispute and I told them I didn't get my money back, and then they send me an email asking me did I contact the seller, I should have that was already done. I'm just on step 2. I'm just contacting you to do your job. So yeah, you got to escalate it. So I guess after you dispute, escalate right away and just let them know you're honest buyer and you didn't get your product, so you just want your money back. So make a decision so you can get your money back. I guess that's how it worked, because ultimately how I got my money back is that I talked to the seller and I said to the seller, I said literally, listen, not for nothing, I'm gonna like really tell the story about this experience on YouTube. I mean, it's a platform. I have a few, I don't have a lot of followers, but I got enough, and I got a community on Instagram, community on Facebook. I'm in a lot of communities, so I'm kind of pissed off right now. So I don't want to jump off the deep end, but you're kind of pushing me. So at that point, after I hung up with PayPal and after PayPal said contact, oh yeah, you can, after your case is closed, you can contact your bank. And I contacted the bank that I made the purchase with, and then they were going to step in and do their job, and I had to fill out a form, which is more time that I had to take out of my what I was doing, thinking it was really easy, because like I said, I paid PayPal really fast. They got their percentage out of the deal, and You just got to spend a little bit more time. But like I said, I went through the bank because that's what they ultimately told me, that you would need to contact your bank and your credit card your credit card service, and your credit card service can help you, because we can no longer help you. So I did contact the bank. I went through them, and then, like I said, I sent I went to the site of the seller, because the seller has a Facebook site, and I told them, like, listen, what's going on, and then that's when I sent them that email, like, listen, I'm not threatening you. I didn't even say I'd say it like that. I'm just gonna say, I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to make a video about this experience. I just said it like that. I just really didn't say, I want to punch you in the face. If when I see you, I didn't say anything like that. I just said, listen, I'm just going to just tell people what happened, because we're all trying to make an honest living here. We both work hard for our money, and like I said, $400 is not, chump change. So after that was emailed, that was the last email, and then a couple days later I got my money back in the mail, full money. So I said, you know what, they're cool. I'll let that be that, but I'm still going to let everybody know, just in case somebody has an issue. Hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. But like I said, once again, if you have made a purchase through PayPal and you do not get your item at all, and you don't get a tracking number, you need to dispute it right away. I think you have 180 days to make a dispute. And after you make your dispute within that 180 days, you need to also, I would just say, escalate it right away. Because I'm sure if you didn't get your money back, or you didn't get the right product, and you've already I'm sure you already notified the seller, and then you dispute it, and PayPal asks you, did you contact the seller, and you probably already did that. So escalate it right away. I'm not sure what happened after that, because I didn't get that far, but that's what you got to do with PayPal, and hopefully that helps you out. So like I said, if PayPal can't help you, you can also contact your credit card or your bank. Like I said, contact your credit card service, because they can help you out. PayPal did say that at the end. Contact your credit card service, and hopefully you'll get your money back that way. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps somebody out, or helps someone dodge an issue with an online transaction. Like I said, my name is Gerard. This is Gerard's Horticulture Culture. If you want to check me out on Instagram, you can also check me out at Gerard's _horticulture _culture. And if you guys had a problem with PayPal, let me know in the comment section below, because I did go on this site on Facebook, and it was like tons of interesting comments. Not to throw shade at PayPal, it was like the first business I went to when I actually started my online business. It's been a great company, but I guess I have to know the rules, what it comes down to. So hopefully it's helped you guys out, and that's pretty much it, guys. Keep growing.